What's up,
I
traders?
hope you guys had an amazing week. But did you take your first trade of the year? I did. And let's see what happened. So these were the markets for the last week. First one was NZD So I took the trade on this one. Um, so when I was analyzing, weekly was bullish, daily was bullish, and 4 hour was bullish. If we go to weekly, then we can see the weekly is still bullish. This was the high and this was the high low. If we drop down to the daily, then daily is still bullish. This is the high and this is the high low. So price is still in between this high and low. So daily is still bullish. If we drop down to the 4 hour had to turn bearish because it had to reach the area of interest where we were interested to take the trade. So I took this trade and the price hit the stop loss. Why? Because what I think is I took the trade, I think it was here on this candle. Just zoom in. So yeah, this is where I took the trade, and I did the same mistake again because price was already moved up from the area of interest. So I kind of took the trade in between. That's what I think. I should have waited for the price to come back to the area of interest on the lower time frame as well, and then maybe enter. So yeah, so I took the trade on the 4 hour time frame when I saw this bullish engulfing. But reasoning behind taking the trade was 4 hour was bearish, making lower high and lower low, lower high, lower low, and the price then break above the previous lower high, came back, didn't see any engulfing here. I was not paying attention to the lower time frames, but on the 4 hour I didn't see any engulfing candle. So the price moved up, came back to retest the previous structure point, and then I've got my entry signal, and that's when I entered. But unfortunately, the price just went back, hit my stop loss, and knocked me out. It is what it is. We moved on. I risked 2% on this trade on my FTMO challenge, and I lost around 200 pounds. But it is what it is. Next one was NZD USD, which I took the trade as well, but it was like a day trade. So basically, previously when we were analyzing the markets, I was looking for buys because price was above this area of interest till Wednesday, and Thursday is closed bearish. So basically I was looking for the price to come back to this area of interest, give me a rejection, and then that's where we were looking for entries for buys. But that didn't happen. Instead, the price on Thursday closed below the previous previous high low. So the price on the daily became bearish. And then 4 hour was also bearish. So 4 hour was also bearish from making high low to when the price breaks below the previous high low, then 4 hour became bearish. And why I took this trade was because we did have two time frames in sync. So I just waited for the 4 hour to come back to our area of interest, give me a rejection, and that's where I entered. And it like actually made 200 pounds around this point here. But then I was not paying attention, so price went back up and ended up making 100 quid on this one. We're still down 100 pounds, but it is what it is. We'll just take it slow. Anyways, so these were the two markets which I took the trade on. One which I lost, and second one I had to close midway because of regulations of the FTMO that you can't hold the trades on the weekends, so I had to close this one. But anyways, rest of the markets, Euro USD, weekly was bullish, daily was bearish, daily was bullish as well, and then actually, yeah, daily was bullish as well, and 4 hour was bearish. So last week we were aiming for the price to go up when we saw this daily rejection from the area of interest from the EMA. So what I was waiting for the price on the lower time frames to give me some kind of rejection, shift of structure, and then entry signal, but it never happened. So we avoided this loss on the Euro USD, and then the price went below this area of interest and ended up making the market bearish on daily as well. So I was just waiting for the price to come back to the area of interest, because whenever we are below the area of interest we are selling, and whenever we are above the area of interest we are buying. So whenever we were above, we were looking for buys. Well, that didn't happen, so price went under the area of interest. So now we were looking for sells, but then it never came back to the area of interest, so never executed the trade on Euro USD. USD CHF. So last week we were bearish on weekly, daily was bearish, price was somewhere around, yeah, price was here. So this was the Monday candle, this one. So we had the price at the area of interest, had the rejection, like beautiful rejection if you want to see here, this one, this candle on the Monday. So we were just looking for like entries here, but then it didn't give me entries on 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hour. So we never entered the trade on this one as well, and we avoided the loss on USD CHF as well. And then same thing, price went up above the area of interest. So whenever we are above the area of interest, what the price is doing, came back to the area of interest, and then we buy here as well, here as well. And if you look back, same thing. And whenever we are under, we are just selling. So, but never, the price never came back to the area of interest, never executed the trade, and the market just went up. It is what it is, I guess. Next one was USD CAD, which was bearish on the weekly. Price was here, making lower high, and I mean, technically it's still weekly is still bearish, and daily was bearish as well last week. But now on Tuesday it went from bearish to bullish when the Tuesday candle closed, because it closed above the previous lower high. So then same thing on the daily. I was waiting for the price to come back to the area of interest and then shoot up, but market just shoot up instead of coming back to the area of interest. But if you drop down to the 4 hour, it did come back to the area of interest and then retested it, the previous structure point, the round psychological level, and then gave us an entry signal. So this is where we could have entered, and but I was more focused on daily, so missed this beautiful trade as well. But well, it's around 2:1 risk to reward, pretty good risk to reward, but missed on this one as well. The last one was GBP NZD. GBP NZD, we were waiting for the price to come back to the area of interest, which it made the way to the area of interest, but never really tapped or rejected, so never entered on this one as well. So these were the markets which I was interested in last week, and I made some money, I lost some money, but that's how we learn. Let me know how your market went last week, and make sure you follow along for the trades which I'm gonna be interested in for next week, which I'll be dropping down the video on Sunday, I guess. So yeah, see you guys then. Safe trade.